love you. You don't have to do anything.
Just run on a snare drum, man.
Just fart.
She was sitting 2 tables away from me. I could hear each one of her teardrops hit her textbook, and all I could really think to myself is, why would somebody study something so sad in public? Before I could dive back into whatever Kesha song probably had my attention, she began to sob. Normally, other people's sadness would not interrupt my day, but at this moment, we were the only 2 people in this coffee shop, save for a barista who I made eye contact with, him giving me a look that said I left on my hide. Sometimes I counsel people name tag. I hovered over my seat for about a minute. Not really sitting, not really standing, debating whether or not to go over to her. You know, we're all so afraid of connecting, like we might get a disease or a fucking friend. And finally, I took what strength I had in my knees. I walk up to her and I just can think to give her a pat like this. And she smiled at me. The kind of smile girls used to give me when I invited them to prom. That said, this is really uncomfortable, but I guess you tried. And before either of us could begin to speak, I took off for the door. Like I was about to miss my bus, like I was about to get mugged, like I was about to actually connect with another human being. I wish I could tell you this was a one-time circumstance. If I were to die right now, my biography would be a lot of passing brushes on city buses. You see, every day when I ride the 84 from Minneapolis to St. Paul, there's a man who sits across from me talking to himself, sometimes talking to me. He wears a coonskin cap. I don't know why. I wonder why. I don't think to ask him. I've lost sleep every night this month, afraid he is going to die alone. Because I'm scared the world is made up of people like me who are too afraid to talk to people like him. I'm scared the world is made up of people like you who are too afraid to talk to people like me. What I'm saying is I'm afraid the world is made up of us. You see, we've all gotten really comfortable with this word community. We bring it up a lot. We love the word community, but we all get a little sweaty palm when we hear Big Brother communicating, right? Like we don't know how to talk to each other. We've decided vocal cords are really just for rhetorical questions like, how are you? No, really. Mikey, how are you?
Doing great, man.
No, really, Tucker, how you doing? We've got to start asking better questions. We've got to stop pretending like we were here to be in mint condition. We've got to stop pretending like we ever came in boxes. I never understood the kids who kept their action figures in boxes. The word action is not passive, neither is community. So really, when we're so afraid of the world, you see, we used to look out windows to see a world we want to be a part of. Now I boot up windows to see a world I want nothing to do with. And I'm not against the internet. I mean, where else do you find kittens, porn, and Game of Thrones all in the same place? No, you see, the technology is just our wall of choice. Middle school, it was video games. High school, girls. I huffed air duster every day freshman year of college for the same reason I now scroll through a Facebook feed, usually consisting of my own posts. I have heard my generation likes to hear itself talk, but really, I think we're just afraid of what we might hear if we started listening. And if we're ever going to start, it's got to be in coffee shops, on buses, in awkward poetry readings. So everybody, how are you?